the Whip Wednesday Crochet Show. Did I say welcome? It's welcome. Anyways, how's it going, everyone? I missed last week because I was at the Crochet Business Summit. It was so much fun. I can talk a little bit more about it at the end, but mainly I want to focus on the mystery crochet along that we started today. Let me know if you're working on it. We have over 1,000 crocheters who signed up and are really actively participating in this really fun mystery crochet along. I'd love to know what you're thinking, what we're making. The mystery crochet along theme this time around is all about tips, which means I really made sure that I filled up the video, all 3 videos for each single part, with lots and lots of tips. So if you're skipping some kind of part of the video, you may be missing some tips. So make sure you watch the entire videos from beginning to the end for the mystery crochet alongs. I am super duper excited about it. Okay, so are you guys ready? Are you ready? So let's talk about it. Okay, the very first thing I want to talk about is the yarn that we're using. Okay, this is the yarn I'm using. Okay, let's talk a little bit more about it. Okay, I'm using Brava worsted yarn in white, black, and orange. Okay, I'm using mainly white. There is a little bit of black. Black is a little bit more than orange. Orange is a teeny tiny bit, okay? So I'm mentioning those because I feel like those are kind of the main ones you want to focus on. Okay, I am so excited. So like, you guys have no idea how much excitement I have with this pattern. Anyways, let's keep going on the yarn right here, okay? So for the yarn, you do not have to pick the same colors as me. However, I recommend staying in certain color ranges. So let me know if you haven't decided to join, okay? Remember, part 1 is already out. It's totally fine if you haven't started yet. There's plenty of time to join. In fact, when I published part 1 yesterday, oh my gosh, there was like a few people that already had 2 done with just a couple of hours. It's quick, so don't worry. You can get it done very quickly, okay? Anyways, so some of you guys may pick, like, let's say purple for the orange, which is fine as well, okay? For the actual tutorial that I made for part 1 and 2, I picked these colors, okay? Which is like a light pink and purple, or like a lilac, okay? So that works too, okay? So I recommend picking some colors that are either similar with each other, so like, let's say pink and red, pink and purple, light green, dark green, light blue, dark blue, something like that, or stick with the colors I suggested right here, okay? So those are the ones I used. For the tutorial, is different. The reason why I picked different colors for tutorial is because white and black are freakishly hard to see on camera. So I made sure I picked different colors for the video so you can actually see what I'm doing, okay? Hello, you haven't selected your yarn yet. Well, hopefully this will help you here. And if you have any questions, let me know, okay? I'm here to answer them. Now listen, I also mentioned when you sign up for the mystery crochet along, hopefully you did sign up, okay? I also mentioned in the video, in the material list, okay, whether it was on my website or in the email that you got after you signed up, I wrote down you do not have to use worsted yarn, okay? You can also pick DK yarn or bulky yarn or super bulky yarn. Now, keep in mind, whichever yarn weight you're picking in the beginning, stick through the entire project with that same yarn weight, okay? So if you decide you want to go with super bulky yarn, that's fine. Just make sure the entire project is made with super bulky yarn. Does that sound good? Okay. And just for reference, I'm using a 4mm hook for the worsted yarn. I recommend going down a tad of what you would typically use for that specific yarn weight. So for example, or if you have tight tension, then you should be fine, okay? But if you are looser tension, go down a little bit in hook size, okay? You don't want big giant gaps between it. We're mostly using single crochets. There are a few different stitches you're going to use in part 3. There's a few additional things that you're learning part 3, okay? But I'm really, really excited. So let me show you really quickly, because for those who signed up, they saw already what we are doing. So let me show you part 1, okay? So part 1 is right here. Actually, let me put up the link for those who haven't signed up, and I'm going to pop it into the comments as well, okay? So if you haven't signed up yet, go sign up, okay? I even sent you a follow-up email that has everything broken down on the material list and everything you need, okay? So this is part 1. So here are a few different things that you learned in part 1. First, you learned how to carry your yarn for certain sections when you do color changes. So for example, with the black section, we carried the white with us and we carried the black with us. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch the video, okay? It's pretty cool because that means you won't have so many loops in the back, you won't need any bobbins in the back or any multiple different types of skeins, any of that stuff. You won't have yarn tangles with that either, okay? Which is really cool. So it's going to be actually nice and clean from the inside. There's only a few yarn ends you have to weave in. So let me know if you have done part 1, and if you watched my video, let me know, or let everyone else know if they love that little tip with the loop that we did. You remember the loop? I kept saying the loop. Make sure the loop is there. The loop is loose. Did you like it? Let me know. Okay, so we carried yarn a specific way, which I feel like is the best way if you want to hide some yarn and if you want to have a smooth color transition. Plus I talked about how to do the color transition nicely with the last loop and the last stitch before the color starts. It's pretty cool. Okay, then you also learned different ways on how to increase, okay, and how to show yourself that you increase. So either you just follow along on the pattern, or you can actually see that you're increasing. And I taught you that as well in the video in part 1. Okay, it's pretty cool. Now, on top of it, I mentioned that you can use different types of stitch markers, right? You can run your yarn through if you wanted to. You can use a yarn end, yarn piece. You can use a stitch marker. And then towards the end here on the bottom, okay, you also learned how to not only change colors at the same time as you're decreasing, but you also learned how to decrease invisibly, okay? So the invisible single crochet decrease is my absolute favorite stitch when we do tight stitches like this, because you don't want to see that there's a decrease. You don't want to see whether it's an increase or a decrease, right? You want it to have a nice, perfect, smooth transition. And here you're learning not only the invisible single crochet decrease, for most of you guys that was brand new, right? But you're learning how to do the color changes at the same time, which is really cool. It's like 2 tips in 1, right? So this was a cool way of finishing this. But that's not all, okay? This was part 1. I love how you guys are commenting. You love this. Great technique. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, that was super duper fun. I love putting as many tips as possible in here. But let me know, did you get part 2 yet? Okay, part 2 was just published for those who signed up. I literally just sent the email out, okay? It was really, really cool. And for part 2, you actually will be making, are you ready for it? You will be making the same thing, just a few different colors. Okay, so I switched out, and I don't know if you can see it. I'm pointing at it right there. Okay, the orange part is the same as the black up here. So the entire thing is the same. The only thing we switched out is orange and black. Now, listen, if you don't have orange, you don't want to use orange, then make part 1 again. Make it black and white again. That's fine too. You can even switch out the orange with purple. You could switch out the orange with gray. Whatever you have at home, that's fine, okay? It's totally fine, okay? So I recommend picking one of those colors I just mentioned if you're sticking with my color theme, okay? If you don't have orange, pick purple, gray, black, something in that range. It's gonna be fine, okay? And you're gonna love it in the end. I'm really, really excited about it. Now, listen up. Part 2, the video tutorial, because the pattern is the same, I made sure that I pushed as many tips into part 2's video tutorial without having to repeat myself. Nobody wants that, right? So for part 2, I specifically focused on how to weave in your ends really, really pretty, okay? So you don't have to worry about them coming undone. So I really focused on that. So if you want to know some tips on how to weave in your ends, watch part 2. I also talked about colors different ways and how you can combine colors. That doesn't just work for this project, it works for any other project too. So make sure you watch that video, because otherwise you're missing out on some tips there, okay? Because I know some of you guys are skipping videos. You think, oh, I'll be fine, I know how to crochet, I know how to repattern, I don't need a video. Well, the mystery crochet along is not just about the pattern, it's about all those tips that I'm sharing, right? There's a reason I called it a tips mystery crochet along. See it up there? Tips mystery crochet along. Okay, I called it that way because I want to share with you as many tips as possible, all within one pattern. Because most of the time you're going to watch some video or you're doing some kind of pattern and you're just going along with it, but you're not even thinking about it, right? You're just like, okay, this, and you know, and then you just move on. But I wanted to make sure I'm focusing on all those tips. Are they helpful? Has it been helpful? I squeezed a bunch extra ones in part 3, so you better watch me part 3 tomorrow, okay? Part 3 is coming out tomorrow. That means the reveals tomorrow. I am so excited. What are you guys thinking we're making? I want to know your ideas. This is part 1 and 2. What do you think we're making? What do you think we're making? I'm not going to tell you whether right or wrong, but I want to know. Give me your ideas. I want to know. This is going to be so much fun to just listen to you guys all talk about it. It's always fun to see all these thoughts coming in. And by the way, you let me know if you want me to talk about the Crochet Business Summit that I just went last week. I'm happy to show a picture of all the amazing crochet designers that were there. I have a picture. So you guys let me know. You know, I have to comment a little bit and then I'll tell you and I'll show you. So anyways, what do you think? Okay, so I'm going to show some of you guys off. So keep the comments coming and I'll show you guys off. So Lisa, oopsie, I meant to click Lisa. Lisa's thinking it's going to be a puppy. I like that idea. Okay. Mary saying, I'm learning new techniques. See, now that I love. I'm so happy you do, okay? Rebecca also loved. It's very helpful. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm so glad. Yeah, I really made sure that these videos are highly focused on tips. I also made sure, because I'm listening to you guys, I listen to you guys. Sometimes what I do in my video editing, okay, I skip certain parts, like I cut out parts where I'm not talking, right? And I'm just showing certain stitches over and over and over again. But for these types of videos, I decided not to cut so much out. I let you see the progress, okay? So even if it's considered almost behind the scenes kind of thing, right? I let you see it. So that way I felt like it could possibly help you a little bit more to understand certain things. So maybe that was helpful and maybe not. I don't know. The video was a little longer because of that, but I felt like some of you guys really wanted that I went through every stitch if possible. So hopefully that was helpful, because I haven't gotten any complaints. So we're good. By the way, did you see I just hit 95,000 on YouTube? So we're only 5,000 away. And what happens when we reach 100K? We're going to have a big party. We're going to do a bunch of giveaways. Okay. I'm going to see how many giveaways I can give away. Party prizes, not giveaways, giveaway. That's fun. Anyways, I'm going to see how many prizes I can give away. Okay. We're going to get closer. I'm going to start calling and like reaching out to some yarn companies. We'll see if they're giving me some stuff to give away. That would be fun. Anyways, so Carrie is struggling with the color changes until you learned with the tips. Yay! I'm so glad that was helpful. Okay, was it the yarn carrying that was helpful to you, Carrie, or was it the actual change within the stitch? I want to know. Or was it both? It could have been both. I don't know. Because I felt like for most of you guys, the challenge is usually the yarn tangles, you know? I feel like, and the tension. That's the other thing that I've noticed. Like if you don't pull your yarn after you do your color change, you're going to have loops and it's all loosey-goosey. And that usually makes people a little upset because they're like, it's not working. So let me know. I feel like I put like 3 tips in one right there, right? So you do a specific way on how to change colors within a stitch. You pull your yarn after, and then you also make the loop, right? And then you literally crochet over it. They'll go in that side of the tunnel, the stitch tunnel, right? I mean, that's really cool. I think that tip is really cool. Anyways, is it a plant pot covers? Now, see that? I like that idea too. I really like that idea. I've also seen a few other comments on the video, so let me know. I would love to know what you guys are thinking. Okay, Carrie's saying both. I never carried the yarn right. Well, I'm glad you do now. I hope this was helpful, because once you learn how to do it right, it's really straightforward, and you want to do more, right? This is not just about color change. This is about all kinds of different tips. Okay, so now Now, I talked a lot about the mystery crochet along, but one thing I want to point out, okay, what happens after the mystery crochet along? So tomorrow we have the reveal. No, not tomorrow, excuse me. Well, tomorrow evening for those who signed up, right? For everyone else, it's Friday, okay? I'm one day off. Anyways, for everyone else, it's Friday. They're getting access to it Friday, okay? So once the reveal is done, you're going to be like, okay, what now? Okay. Well, you're going to submit your pictures to my Facebook group called Crocheting with Nikki, okay? With the corresponding hashtag. And when you do so, until a certain deadline, which is 10 a.m. Pacific time on Saturday, which is the 20th. Sorry, I had to look for a second. April 20th, 10 a.m. Pacific time. If you submit your pictures, your final images by then, okay, you qualify for the giveaway because we have a huge crochet tips party happening on Saturday. Again, that same day, April 20th at 12 o'clock Pacific time. So let me remind you, 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific time is the deadline for the pictures to submit, okay, so that you have a chance to be part of the giveaway. I'm going to have like a spinny wheel where I put all the names in a pot, right? And then let the spinny wheel decide who wins. That's going to be fun. So that way I don't have to. It's one of you guys. It's always fun. Anyways, and we're going to have a big party and there's going to be 3 winners who are going to win a special surprise gift, okay? And we're going to talk all about tips, crochet tips and tricks. This is literally the entire party, okay? And we're going to have so much fun and it's going to be really, really enjoyable. And I'm a chipper person, so you're always going to have some entertainment going on, you know? I love this. Okay, Linda's saying, I've never done the loop to carry before. I like that how that was finished. Yay! I'm so happy you learned something new. Okay, I thought we were making socks. See, now that's a good idea too. Oh, it would be giant socks though. Especially when I mentioned you can use super bulky yarn. My goodness, do you have giants at home? That would be fun. I want to know, if you have some giants that clean up for me, let me know. Maybe I can make them some socks. Anyways, I thought it was black and white. One was half of the socks, but with the black. I love that. I mean, seriously. She doesn't think it's socks anymore, but it was a good idea, I have to say. I like the idea. I thought it was a soccer ball until today. Ooh, see, now that's a good idea too. I'm not sure about the shape of it, whether it would have been the soccer ball, but I like the idea too, like a ball. It was a little bit elongated in order to make it in a ball, but I love the idea. Okay, so now that we have this, what are you guys thinking now? By the way, do you guys want to see and hear about the Crochet Business Summit? If you don't, I don't have to talk about it. Like, seriously, if it's not important to you all, we're good. We'll just keep going. Okay? Anyways, so we have part 1. We have part 2. We have on Friday, or early releases tomorrow evening, okay, for part 3, the big reveal. Okay, I'm going to tell you this. My kids, okay, they both said, 2 boys, okay, and, well, they're young adults now, but that's not the point, okay? One of them was like, when he saw it, like, he's like, oh, no way, right? And the other one said, it's going to go viral. So now I'm just saying what they're saying. We'll see if it does. I do love the pattern in the end, so I'm hoping you do too, because it's going to be fun. Because you actually have a few different ideas on how you can finish it. So we'll see how you finish it. I always let you have some freedom at the end. I show you my finished version. I always hope that you guys do it. But there are some modifications you can deal with if you absolutely want to. Okay, Rebecca's saying, yes, she wants to listen to the Crochet Business Summit. She wants to see the picture. Well, does anyone else want to see it? Let me know. Anyone else? Anyone else? Because I'm really, really excited for the big crochet party that's happening on Saturday with lots of prizes and a spinny wheel thing, which I really love to do. It's like so fun, like tapping on it and then letting the machine decide who wins. It's like out of my hands, and then a random person, we all know it at the same time, will win, right? I don't know it beforehand. You don't know it beforehand. It's always fun. Anyways. Okay, I see some more yeses. Yes. I want to see it. Okay, I'll tell you a little bit about it. Since you're here, you get to be like the secret little group who gets to know about what happened at the Crochet Business Summit, okay? So if nobody else wants to know, well, they can always watch the replay. Anyways, the Crochet Business Summit. It was one of the most amazing conferences I've ever been to. I've been to several conferences before, okay? Plenty in the past, but this one was probably the smallest one I've ever been to, which was a little bit worrisome. It's like, is it going to be fun if there's not not that many people there. It was about 60 people there, but that actually made it more fun. Okay, because it felt like a tiny family. Like really, it was like a group of people. They all seemed to be related to the same subject, so think of like a family feeling, right? And that for 3 days straight. So it was so much fun. We learned a lot, we talked a lot. There was a lot of people who were trying to network and collaborate, and it was really, really cool. There was a lot of different sessions that you can listen to. I presented too at the very end. And I'll tell you this, the picture I'm about to show you, that was literally taken like, what was it, like 10 minutes after I finished my session, my presentation, which is cool. Okay, it was like big community feeling in the Crochet Business Summit. It was like community. It was literally all that, right? We're talking about, okay, how's your audience? How do you love them? What do they love? What kind of things do they love to crochet, right? And can we all work together? It was so much fun. Okay, so now let me show you the picture. Okay, I have only one picture right here that I can show you, but that, keep in mind, I'm like all shiny because I was sweating. Okay, it was like in the sunlight, like in the sun, not in the sun, in the light, because I was presenting. Okay, so I'm a little shiny. Let's see if you can find me. Okay, here's the picture. Okay, here's the picture of everyone. Okay, all of these amazing designers were there. Can you see some of them? Okay, let me know if you can see some of them. Meaning, do you know the names of some of them? I'm gonna call a few out here if you can see it. So Pam is all the way in the middle with the hat on. Okay, she's the one who organizes the Crochetpreneur. Then right next to her on the right side, do you see her? She's that's Erin from Juniper Oaks, and right next to it, that's me. I'm a little shiny because I was sweating. It was like not even 10 minutes after my presentation. Okay, there's so many amazing people here. Who else do I see? I see Katie right below me. We also have Ashley. Can you see Ashley and Jessie? Ashley is from A Crafty Concept. Some of you guys might know her. We have Jessie at home. We have Jamie from Remington Lane. We have Michelle from Two Brothers and Blanket. Who else can I remember? There's so many more people in there. There's Alicia from Little John's, Yarn. There's so many additional ones in there. Can you see them all? I mean, it's an amazing group of people. Like seriously, it was so much fun. I think a few people were skipped, like because some of them were traveling already during this period of time. Like they went somewhere else already. But this was really, really fun. I can't wait for next year. So if you're interested in crochet business stuff, you know, like whether it is finished products or whether it's designing, reach out to me. Maybe I can give you guys a link for the recordings, or you can maybe join next year. Anyways, just a little summary of what we did. And by the way, I'm going to H&H Americas. If you don't know what that is, it's a yarn and craft trade show pretty much for business owners. Mainly like crochet, knitting, sewing stuff in Chicago. So if anyone lives in Chicago and wants to meet me, let me know. Maybe we can do some kind of meet and greet. It's going to be at the convention center. It's about 2 weeks from now, a little less than 2 weeks. So, oh my gosh, I just came home and already traveling again. Yes, it's going to be so much fun. I'm really excited because there I'm going to meet Tony from Teal Yarn Crafts, Sarah from Repeat Crafter Me. That's just the two names I remember right now on top of my head. There's a bunch of other people who are going there that I finally get to meet. I've never met before. Some people, familiar faces, will be there, so I'm excited for that too. Anyways, it's gonna be fun. So now let me know, do you guys have any questions about the crochet mystery crochet along? Okay, because that's the main thing here, the mystery crochet along. It's all about tips, and I'm really excited. Everyone looks so that we had a great time. That's true. It was amazing. Okay, a lot of us were like hugging each other at the end and like, oh my god, I can't believe it's already over. But it was amazing. Yes, and I missed them already. It was super fun. Anyways, Mystery Crochet Along is happening. So listen, quick reminder, if you haven't signed up, here's the link. Go sign up. It's all free, okay? It's free if you want to, if you can deal with ads. Let's say it that way. If you can deal with ads, it's free. If you don't want to deal with ads, join my membership, the Crochet Club. You have a few different ways to join. You can join as a trial member where you just get access to the group as well as the Mystery Crochet Along. That's it. or you join as a monthly, quarterly, or annual member. Okay. Most of my members, almost 600 of them, actually, are annual members. Like over 80% are annual members. And we always have a blast. I go live on a weekly basis. We meet on a monthly basis virtually. We're having so much fun. I literally teach exactly what they're asking for. Okay. They're the ones who determine what I'm going to teach, and then I'm going to teach it. So right now, for example, we're working on granny, anything granny, granny stitch, granny square, corner to corner granny stitch. We're also doing join as you go. We're doing an experiment on what happens if you go up and down your hook size or yarn weight for the same pattern every single time. What happens when you go up and down your hook size and yarn weight. So there's a lot of fun stuff that comes our way. And we're also going to do more corner to corner stuff, like different stitches for corner to corner, which just means you're working in a diagonal, and a lot more different granny squares, like a daisy square that hasn't been designed yet. So I'm going to do that, and that's going to go on to all into the membership. So if you want to be there, come join the Crochet Club. Just let me know, and I can give you the link. Anyways, I'd love to meet Tony too. Yes, this is the first time I finally have a chance to meet her. Yes, I've met with her virtually. We've talked virtually one-on-one, but I haven't met her in person yet. I know she's a tall, beautiful woman. So let's see how tiny I look next to her, because that was interesting. Pam was very tall. And Ashley from the Crafty Concept, she's much smaller than I thought she was. Like, she's tiny. She's like this tall, and I'm fairly normal size, like 5'7". She was, I think she's 5'10" or so, and no, 4'10". She's very tiny, but she's super cute and adorable, and I absolutely love her. Talked all day. Anyways, okay, let's see. Do I have any more comments flying in? Okay, I hope to see you at the Crochet Mystery Crochet Along and on Saturday for the Crochet Tips Party. You better be there. It's going to be fun. I'll see you then. Until then, bye.